All right. So, welcome tonight, and thank you so much for joining us. We thought we wanted to share a little bit to you all about body, soul, and mind. So, we all, unfortunately, Amy, our friend from Hawaii, she could not make it. So, she said that she may be able to send us a message later on. So, let's hope she can do that. Um, so, I am Shanette, and what I want to talk a little bit about is to give you a short little story about my story, my life. And so I moved here 20 years ago to Colorado, and before then I was not an athlete. I found my new style of living um, when I moved to Colorado. So I became a triathlete, and from there I finally now I had chased my dream, and I became a Ironman World Championship finisher. Actually, it was 2 years ago before COVID. So I actually that was a huge dream of mine, and I have changed so much when it comes to my nutrition and my fitness, and so this is what led me to become a health coach, a triathlon coach, also a personal trainer. And so my journey has just kept going on here for about healthy living. And so tonight I have some friends here that also join us, that we're gonna share some tips that we thought they could be about healthy living and giving some good for our body, soul, and mind. And my tips tonight is about stress. So, as most of you know, probably have heard about the different kind of stress that our body constantly goes through. And so we have acute stress is the first one, and then we have chronic stress, and another stress is oxidative stress, and then finally we have the I always forget the name, eustress, which is a happy stress. And the acute stress, it refers to very much like a sudden happening. You have to do an exam, which I always have that acute stress because I get so nervous. And it can also be something that is not so very happy, like a sudden accident or sudden death in the family. So those are happening that doesn't last your whole life, hopefully. But if it does, then it comes in and turns into a chronic stress. And chronic stress can be leading into depression, high blood pressure. We have a lot of anxiety, for example, is one of them. And also, here comes somebody. And also, we have lower on our, like immune system. They will just cannot reduce in that. So, and then oxidative stress. It is something of more of it can also lead to diabetic. You have heart failures. And another thing, particularly in my field as an athlete, it can also lead to, like, when you overtrain, you get a lot of that oxidative stress. So it is actually an imbalance between free radicals and antioxidants in your body. And then, of course, we do have the last but not least, the eustress, which is a happy stress. So me as an athlete, I'm very excited about, I get to go to race and I get to do things. So we might have some fun events, and then we do get very happy, and you can have that as your flow. So my tip, though, because whatever also was I find very interesting of all of these stress factors has a connection with how we breathe. And so a lot of them, you may know that we breathe through our mouth, especially when we get stressed and we over breathing, and we have a shallow breathing, and that brings up a lot more stress. It does not help you to reduce it. So the study shows if you breathe through your nose and out through your nose, particularly for a calming down method. So say that you feel very stressed about something, you're starting to just take a few minutes and start feeling relaxed, and then you will breathe through your nose and out through your nose. And it's interesting because like now I automatically wanted to open my mouth when I'm breathing in, and out. So that relates into, they say with a lot of times we have, for example, people that have insomnia problems, or that have problems with what is it called now? I forgot. The stress, you know, when you can't sleep and you have a very sleep apnea. That's the word I wanted to say. You have that. If you notice, maybe some people, when they've done the test, they've been breathing out through the mouth. What I find very interesting is they say that all our blockage to support ourselves and not to enhance any sicknesses and diseases is because we have our hairs, the filter through our nose, but not through our mouth. So the more you can try to breathe through your mouth and through your nose, in and out, the more. So for example, today I did a long run, and I've been practicing this for a while now, but it is amazing how that controls my breathing. And I have found that I can last longer because my lungs expand. So they're not just up here. I get more breath into my diaphragm when I breathe. So that's my tip of getting yourself into, stop maybe thinking, particularly when you get into that stress factor of anything, breathe through your nose and out through your nose. So thank you. So now I wanted to introduce my dear friend Cindy. She will tell you, about herself. So go ahead, Cindy.
Hello, I'm Cindy Flores. I am, originally from Chicago, but lived in Mexico. What else? I have always been trying to be healthy. I struggled a lot since I was a child because I was always a little bit overweight. So I decided to be healthier, and that's why I started here. So I have a bachelor's in chemistry. I am a personal and group trainer. I am a holistic nutritionist, and I did all this because of me and to help others. And I also began this program because of Jeanette. My friend Jeanette introduced me to all this. And I became a holistic nutritionist because I believe more in how Jeanette said, body, soul, and mind. You cannot do one thing without balance. It has to be everything. And the tips that I would give you, I think we should eat clean. We have to make sure, and conscious, what are we putting in our mouth? Eat organic when possible, eat raw foods, eat local, because right now we have everything like the whole season. You go to the store and you're used to buying the same fruits, the same vegetables. I always tell people that come to my classes, buy something different, combine different colors, add your salad, add healthy fats. There's a lot of myths in what we eat and how we eat it. And I believe we shouldn't count calories, just let's learn to eat healthy. And when we start eating healthy, we won't have to count the calories and we will get our goals. Of course, if we cannot get to our goals, we're going to have to see what's going on. And what else? Eat every 3 to 4 hours. Do not skip meals. Do not skip breakfast. Let me see what else did I write right here. Plan your meals. And I learned this with Jeanette. I used to just go to the refrigerator and think, what would I eat? Now I plan, I have a diary, I write everything down, and sometimes I don't follow it, but at least I have an idea what am I going to eat during the week and with what I have. And that way you'll save money because you won't throw away all your food, because at the end you throw away a lot of food and you won't get out of your plan. And I think that's all what I have right now. Any questions?
Cindy, I wanted to, how about you explain for us a little bit what you find also like toxic food, because I know you're very good about thinking what can, basically heal us. We're looking at obviously not processed food, but natural food. Um, just curious a little bit what you suggest as a tip when you go down there. How do I know it's holistic, like the food? How do I know it's natural? How do I know it's healthy for me?
Well, if you want to find out a little bit more about if it's organic or not, you look at the codes of your fruit. It's I think it's around the world. When it starts with a 4, it could be have some pesticides. I believe organic starts with a 9, and 3. Can't remember. I haven't read it in a while. It could be genetically modified, and everybody follows a different diet, and I just try to help them with small changes. And like if someone comes to me, I'm not gonna change the diet completely. I just tell them, okay, let's do these little tweaks and let's get you through a more cleaner diet, or well, a way of living, because I don't tell them diet, because if then they think they're gonna do it for a week and then eat bad food again. And what I mean, like eat cleaner, is like not eat fast food, packaged food, everything that comes from like the ground is better. Uh, let's say eggs, uh, everything grass fed if it's possible. And right now we have a lot of help with with the pandemic and everything. They give food away everywhere, and it depends the place you choose. They will give you like very good quality food, and it depends your needs too. It's what you eliminate. You have to listen to your body, and just someone told me, oh, I have arthritis, and I'm like, have you tried a anti-inflammatory diet? And they ask me what it is, and I just tell them, well, eliminate food that causes inflammation. And I tell them like nightshades, gluten. That's the principle. Nobody wants to stop eating gluten, but there's a lot of choices. Once you get used to it, everything will be good. No sugar.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
anything
All right.
clear?
Well, thank you so much, Cindy. I
No,
really,
thank
really
you.
appreciate your help. I mean, your expertise, I would say.
Thank you.
So, well, we have Lauri now, not that we're gonna tell us about this. Her, you said, mom on a mission.
Yes. So thanks, ladies. And thanks for everybody being here. Or if you're watching this on video, we appreciate you watching as well. So my name's Lauriegner, and I live in the Denver, Colorado area. And my health journey started 17 years ago. I was 36. I had just delivered my son, who had a lot of health problems. And I also found myself carrying a lot of extra weight during that, because I was 10 pounds overweight when I went into my pregnancy. And then I gained an additional, 35, 40, which is what they say is kind of the norm. But I was close to 200 pounds when I delivered, and he was only 9 pounds, 2 ounces. So you can do the math there. I had some work to do. and then the age thing was also a factor. So I, started out just kind of looking for a program that would align with my values. And while we were doing some things for my son's health at the time, because that was certainly the biggest piece of the conversation, because he was sick, I kind of, put my stuff on the back burner, the losing weight part of it, until I could get his health and alignment. But along that journey, I met someone who started to talk to me about the benefits of adding more whole food nutrition, specifically fruit and vegetable nutrition. And at that point, when I met her, I felt very desperate in this journey. And so I thought, sure, I'm going to go and gather the information up. So I did. And I have to say, I mean, I just have not turned back since. And all of us, our health is fantastic. We still will catch this or that from time to time, but we have this foundation now that is so solid that we can come back from it fairly quickly, I might add. And then as far as the weight part goes, I have gotten back down to around 150 pounds. I fluctuate 145, 150, and that's really a good weight at 5'9". So that works for me, and I'm now 55. So it's a very, very sustainable program. But the health hack I want to share with you today was the very first thing that I started with, because I knew if I didn't set myself up for success, that for me was one simple change at a time, right? So I thought, okay, I'm going to start with water. Am I drinking enough water? So not anything you haven't heard before, right? Everybody talks about drinking their water, and it's half your body weight in ounces. And then of course, if you are an athlete like Jeanette, like you're going to be drinking even more. So, and try to drink more. So for me, I strive to drink 75 ounces every day. It's challenging for me. So some of the hacks that I've kind of developed or along the way. The first one might sound like it's kind of extreme, but it's this game I play with my water. So I do not allow myself to drink anything else until I have achieved that 75 ounces. And so therefore, most of the time, like sometimes I'll do a little kombucha or something like that. Most of the time, all I am doing is focused on my water every day. Now, somebody might say, oh my God, like that's pretty extreme. That's just my game. Okay. So if you want to try that, go for it. Another hack is to spruce up your water with fruit. I have heard people say, I don't like the taste of water. And so I get it. And try to drink as much filtered water as you can too, which might be the reason you don't like the taste of water. So, but sprucing it up with fruit is always a great idea. And you can brew fresh ginger root and lemon and put it in, filtered water. Another thing you can do is find a water bottle that you love. Okay. So, and I have this one and have had it for quite some time, but it's only 25 ounces. So I try to get through 3 every day, but I've got my eye on one of those really big ones. That's like the big ones. So I think that's where I'm getting ready to go, because I do still find it a challenge to get through my smaller bottle. So if you love your bottle, then you're going to have it with you. I mean, I carry this thing around with me everywhere, to the point where people have joked with me and said, what do you have in that bottle? So there's a tip there. And so 25 ounces or more. Or you can find these bottles now. Another tip is you can find these bottles that have the time on them, or you can even take a marker and write the time of day on your bottle. And then you try to drink to that time of day, right? So 11 o'clock, you want to start in the morning and make sure you're up to a certain level by 11, and then maybe 2, and then, beyond that. And I do actually, strive, like if you're worried about waking up in the middle of the night because you're drinking so much water, I'll try to kind of turn it off and have all my water consumed, by 7 or 8 o'clock at night for sure. So that is my hack there. And I actually want to show you, I'm going to share my screen real quick. And I want to show you this image, because a lot of people don't really understand. Hang on here. Give me 1 second here. And here it is. They don't really understand the benefits of drinking water. Okay. I mean, just look at this, like all the benefits here, in addition to detoxing your body, but you know, water composes 75% of your brain. That's a pretty big deal. Like, we need that hydration. Helps carry nutrients and oxygen to your cells, regulates your body temperature, moistens oxygen for breathing, water makes up 83% of your blood, helps convert food to energy, protects and cushions your vital organs. You know, people will say, gosh, like if you're feeling sore, or even your body, it helps your body absorb nutrients. Or your joints hurt, the first thing you can always look to is, am I hydrated? Have I drank enough water? It helps remove waste. That is huge in this healthy weight loss journey that we all are on, right? Trying to either stay where we are or achieve a new goal. Composes 22% of your bones. Just talked about that. Cushioning your joints, helps your body absorb the nutrients, and makes up 75% of your muscles. So really, really an important part of this health journey. And then something else I want to share with you, another very important part of this health journey is, you know, the program that I spoke about, which we call it the Shred 10. So it's shred it, live it, and share it. You know, if you like the program, then maybe you find a buddy and to come along with you another time. But the Shred program is not necessarily what people think. Okay, it's about shredding the food, toxins, and habits, the bad habits that are not serving you. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So, but first, I love this diagram that I'm going to show you, this tile here. So the difference between dieting and over-exercising, like this just was mind-blowing for me when I first saw it. Okay, so here we are, we have lots of impurities, little dots in our bodies, you know, those impurities store as fat, because the body's normal job is to, that fat enrobes the toxins, protecting our vital organs. Like, that's what our body is, just intuitively, that's how it works, right? So if we're dieting and exercising without proper nutrition, it stresses the body. All right, so we're burning some fat, you can see in this one, but look, we still have all these impurities. So burning fat exposes your vital organs to toxins, and you end up in most cases, like, you feel worse. And then here's what happens. I think we've probably all been here before. I know I have. The rebound, okay? Because you have not released these toxins. So they move over here, and your body goes back to, oh, self-protection, toxins are here, present. So you gain all that weight back and then some. All right, so the difference in the program, that the Shred 10, is cleansing. That is the key component here. And I'm going to just minimize. I don't know if my screen was in the way there. So here we go. Here we are again with all the toxins, you know, stored fat enrobes the toxins, thus protecting your organs. Now we're shedding fat because we are cleansing our body, and that's what gives the body the nutrients to that it needs to succeed. Okay, so the drinking the water, the flooding your body every day with whole food nutrition, specifically fruits and vegetables. All right, and so you're shedding the fat, not only shedding the fat, but you're reducing the toxicity. And this is why here we are. You know, you're better overall health, less fat, you build more muscle. A lot of people forget that plant nutrients are the building blocks for muscle, and what burns fat the fastest? Muscle does. So we want to build more muscle, right? And then there's no rebound. So yay, we're all these little happy dancy people over here. Okay, here's another really important slide I want to show you, is how often do you normally eat? It's this whole talk of willpower. Oh, I don't have enough willpower. And I used to feel the same way until I saw this slide and went, oh, now I get it, because it's all about your glycemic index, right? So you can see this light blue line, and how, you know, you'll eat something that has, you know, that sugary thing, that the caffeine, right? And what happens? Boom, big, huge spike. And then what happens after that? Huge, massive swing down, and you get this low. But that's that craving, where if you haven't prepared, you know, so you've already put in that, high glycemic food, like you're running to the pantry, like no matter what it is, or you're, stopping at that convenience store and just grabbing the first thing you can get your hands on, versus the low glycemic foods, plant foods that keep you in this zone of willpower. That was mind blowing for me. So, because I thought, oh my gosh, like that's the willpower that, people were trying to talk about. And they say that they think it's a flaw in themselves because they don't have it. Well, it's not. It's about your glycemic index. So that is why this program, when I started this program, the product that we use is Juice Plus. And here's an image of what it is providing you every single day. So we have the Juice Plus, the fruit, the veggie in the middle. We also have a berry blend. And then we do have our Complete as well, which is our plant-based, all of it, plant-based, vegan, non-GMO, dairy-free, vegan. So products. I mean, okay, so you look at this list and sure, did I get some, a little bit of carrots in today? I actually haven't done very well today on my, with my food. I've been doing some other Zooms. So I'm grateful, right? I can take these capsules. They do not take the place of food. You want to eat as much of this food as you can. But the reality is, I mean, when was the last time, like, you had a pomegranate, like, or a black currant, or a bilberry? They don't even grow in Colorado. So it's the variety. The conversation shifts to that consistent variety and vine ripened. And that's what this product delivers to our body. So a little bit about why, how we use our Juice Plus Complete. Okay, it comes in 2 flavors. We have the French vanilla and the Dutch chocolate. I personally am a chocolate gal. That's the Complete actually is my go-to for a chocolate craving. It's low glycemic, so which, that low glycemic load stabilizes the blood sugar. I mean, you can see it right here. It's vegan, non-GMO, as I mentioned, gluten-free. I think I forgot to mention that, gluten and dairy-free, plant-based, all plant-based. And it also has a very powerful prebiotic fiber, the oligosaccharides. Okay, so, and I have used this, I use this as my breakfast, but I also use it, as I said, if I'm craving sweets, this is my go-to. And that really helped me curb that craving, in addition to, the plant nutrition, because that helps that as well. And then the last product I'll talk about is our Juice Plus Omega Blend. It is probably one of, I think, the first plant-based omegas. And omegas are so important, okay? So what we have here is, a lot of people don't understand that the reason we're told to eat the fish for the omegas is because the fish eat the algae that provides the omegas, okay? So we skip the fish. And here you're getting support again with your heart, brain, joints, skin, and eyes. 100% plant-based, pure and sustainable. Okay, so we go right to the algae, and there's no fish burps. So yay for no fish burps. It actually tastes good if the capsule does break open or dissolves in your mouth. It has an orange vanilla taste, so that's a good thing. And especially where kids are concerned, because then you're trying to give it to your kids, and yeah, that's a big deal. It's cold pressed, and it's in a vegetarian capsule, or a tapioca capsule. And one of the reasons that this is one of the main reasons I've been so confident in sharing Juice Plus with other people. I taught Pilates actually for 10 years in this journey, and even friends of mine that and my family, is the research. That is why I feel confident sharing Juice Plus, because we have over 30 published studies. Juice Plus is the most researched nutritional product in the world. And a little fun fact is, you can ask Siri that question. Hey, Siri, well, my phone will probably go off. What's the most researched nutritional product in the world? And Juice Plus will come up. So that's kind of a little fun fact. But look at these universities. I mean, there's that little university, Yale. Okay, they're the ones who've done the studies. So yeah, it's really, really important that this is grounded in science. And I would say that for anything that you're looking at in the supplement world. I mean, although we are a nutritional support, but like show me the science. That can really help you weed a lot of things out right there. Oops. Okay, so let me get to these are the guidelines of our Shred 10. So it's 10 days. You can do anything for 10 days. All right. So we're adding more real food. We do add in the Juice Plus. The trio capsules is what we recommend, or the omegas too, if you can throw those in. And then, 1 to 2 shakes a day. I know that says 2, but 1 to 2 a day. Okay. Plenty of water, sleep 7 to 8 hours, and exercise most days. Okay. We are eliminating for those 10 days the gluten, dairy, caffeine, alcohol, processed foods, artificial and refined sugars, and eating after 6 p.m. as much as you can. So there's a little wiggle room on that last one. If you find yourself not being able to stick to that, because that is actually one of my challenges in the way my household runs. So, try to not eat 3 hours before you go to bed. And here's some of the great results that people have reported: craving more fruits and vegetables, healthier weight, better recovery from workouts. We heard a little bit, Jeanette didn't get too much into that, but I know that's been a big thing for her and her workouts. And now that, my son has played hockey for many years, I've seen that in him. Improved sleep. I have experienced that as well. Increased energy, healthier hair, nails, and skin. Improved regularity, and increased mental clarity. So things that I think we can all say we would be okay with having these results. So here's packages, the different packages to get started. Okay, you can start with a basic package for $2.83 a day. The premium package is $3.67 cents a day. And then we have our Shred package, which, as I said, you can throw in the add in the omegas, and that's $4.67 a day. And that there's so many things, right? This is $4.67. Any of these prices, it's like ashtray change. You take your change and you're collecting it in your ashtray, like every day, but you're getting the essence of 50 plants just flooding your body every single day and moving those toxins through. And I'm telling you, that's where all the goodness comes from, and where you'll really get those results that you want for a lifetime. This has been, 17 years for me now. So I can say that with confidence as well, because I've experienced it. All right, so I'm going to stop my share. Let me see here. There we go. Did that work, Jeanette? I stopped the share.
Yes, ma'am, it did.
Okay, well, I will thank you everybody for listening, and I'm going to turn it back over to Jeanette.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I hope you got some little tips from us tonight. And we wanted to thank you for your time for tonight. I know it's a Saturday night, but we'll try to keep it. If you have any questions, please reach out to who invited you to here tonight, and we gladly help you out. We want to just say thank you very much, and good night. And hopefully
Thanks. Good night.
see you around.